The mobile outreach safety team is basically Dawn and I. Dawn is a behavioral health peace officer, and our team is designed to help with crisis in the community, whatever that crisis is. And we help people in crisis 2 years old till 97 years old. So whatever that person, whatever age or whatever the crisis is, we respond to that. And we're a jail diversion team, so we want to assist people in their crisis and then help them get to the services they need. So we work closely with all the community agencies such as Health and Human Services, FISH, Mallory Crisis Center, all the sort of community treatment teams and the CCBHCs. So we're really, most is a community endeavor. It's not just Dawn and I.
We like to call it a village, because it's not just most doing it. It's a village of stakeholders in the community that provide services to any citizens or visitors in the community. We get positive feedback from clients that we assist in the community as well. Every contact that we have, we're always handing out one of NAMI's cards. And we've had a lot of positive feedback over the last, going on 4 years now, we've been doing this full time. So the feedback comes on behalf of the warm blood. So that's the number we would give folks in the community when they're in crisis. We'll show up, we'll do the de-escalation, we'll make the resource referrals, get into resource, whatever it may be. And then you guys are definitely vitally important on that back end to help support that individual in the community.
Crisis intervention team training is super important because we want our law enforcement to be well versed in recognizing persons in crisis and also knowing how to help those folks, how to de-escalate them and how to perhaps get them to the right services. And it's also important to divert people from jail into services. So we want all our deputies trained. NAMI is integral from the inception of CIT, so it was developed in 1988 by Carson in Tennessee, and NAMI was a big part of the stakeholders. So you always want NAMI involved in the construction of your schedule and presenting to tell deputies and our community what NAMI is and what you have to offer persons who may have or may be experiencing mental health issues.
What it really teaches the officers is to have a little more patience. And with patience comes empathy and compassion. You're able to explore some of those other options. And that's vitally important from a de-escalation stance when we encounter folks that are having either a mental health crisis or just even a crisis in general. That if we show a little more compassion, a little more empathy towards an individual in crisis, that the outcomes are positive. Rather than, in the old days, it was folks who have a mental health crisis, we didn't recognize it as a mental health crisis. We would simply recognize it as they're being non-compliant with any orders or advice or directions that we would give, and that would ultimately lead to them going into jail for obstructing or resisting type charges. And so that once the officers are going through CIT, and we've had some come out, 20-year cops tell us that, I wish I had this in the beginning of my career because there have been a lot of different outcomes.
So, and just the fact that we have wraparound care with NAMI, we feel comfortable with your support. So we know people are in good hands.